You guys, we seriously have to sit down and talk about Britney Spears because what's happening right now is one of the messiest, saddest, and most confusing situations I've seen in a long time. And I know people throw around words like shocking and chaotic all the time, but in Britney's case, it really does feel like her whole life is unraveling in front of us. Like, this isn't just about quirky Instagram dancing or random captions anymore. This is about her safety, her well-being, and the fact that so many people close to her are saying she needs help right now. Immediately, not sometime in the future. And the thing is, it's Britney Spears. This is the same woman who was literally the most famous pop star on the planet. Someone who had the world in the palm of her hand. Someone whose music and image defined a generation. She was the face of an entire era of pop culture. And to see her now, years later, surrounded by chaos, posting worrying videos, living in what people describe as disturbing conditions, it's just heartbreaking. It feels like we've been watching a slow spiral for years, but now it's reaching a point where you can't just scroll past it and laugh. It's way more serious than that. People close to Britney have apparently been raising alarms about the state of her home. Some reports are calling it messy, dirty, and just completely unorganized, with things scattered everywhere, pets running around unattended, and basically no sense of control. Like, imagine going from the luxury glam life of a superstar to living in a house where it feels like nobody's even taking care of basic needs. It's not just, oh, she's a little messy. It's being described as borderline unlivable. And when people around her are using words like disturbing, you know it's not just some tabloid exaggeration. And the wild part is, whenever fans start pointing this out, Britney's social media posts seem to make things even worse. Like, she'll post a random video of herself in disguise at some fast food spot, or she'll upload one of her signature twirling videos in her living room. Except sometimes she's holding knives or writing captions that are totally cryptic and confusing. And instead of calming people down, it just raises more questions. People are like, Britney, are you okay? Are you trying to tell us something? Or is this just you being quirky? But at this point, it's honestly impossible to tell. And then you add in the fact that interventions have been discussed, but apparently keep stalling. That's one of the scariest details to me. According to reports, people who really care about Britney have tried to set up professional help, or at least an intervention to get her into a healthier environment. But either Britney resists it because she's traumatized from the conservatorship, or the people around her just don't want to push too hard because they don't want to lose access to her. Like, think about it. If your whole position in Britney's life depends on her trusting you, are you really going to risk that by forcing her into treatment? Probably not. And that's the issue. She's surrounded by people who don't want to say no to her, even if no might be exactly what she needs. And honestly, you can't even blame her for resisting. For over a decade, Britney's entire life was controlled under that conservatorship. Every single move she made, every dollar she spent, every show she performed, it was all dictated by someone else. So now that she finally has her freedom, the last thing she probably wants is another round of people trying to control her. It makes sense emotionally. But here's the problem. Freedom doesn't automatically mean stability. And sometimes, when you've been under control for so long, being thrown into total independence can feel like drowning. That's what a lot of people think is happening here. And the fandom is literally at war about this. Half of the talker-free Britney movement is still like, leave her alone, let her live her life. She deserves to be free, stop judging her. And honestly, that's a valid point. Britney has been under the public microscope her entire life. And maybe she just wants to do whatever makes her happy, even if it looks messy. But then the other half of the fan base is like, no, something is seriously wrong here. This isn't just quirky, this is dangerous. She needs help before it's too late. And both sides make sense, but it's tearing the whole community apart. Like, on one hand, we don't want another situation where Britney is trapped in some legal system that exploits her and silences her voice. But on the other hand, can we really say we're supporting her if we just ignore the warning signs? If someone is clearly struggling, is it supportive to clap and say, you're free, do whatever you want? Or is it supportive to try to get them the help they clearly need? It's such a messy, complicated question, and there's no easy answer. And you guys, the thing that makes this even sadder is remembering how many times Britney has tried to speak up about her pain. During the court hearings for her conservatorship, she told the world that she was miserable, that she was forced into situations she didn't want, that she felt like her own life was stolen from her. She literally begged the judge to listen. And when she finally got free, people thought that meant her happy ending had arrived. Like, we all imagined Britney on a beach somewhere, finally at peace, living her best life. But instead, what we're seeing is that freedom didn't magically fix the trauma. She's still carrying everything she went through, and it's showing up in these messy, chaotic ways. Her posts about wanting privacy, about people giving her space, about doing what's best for herself, they sound good on paper. But when you put them next to the reports of her lifestyle, the messy house, the erratic behavior, and the canceled interventions, it just doesn't add up. It's like she's trying to reassure everyone that she's okay, but at the same time, she keeps showing signs that she's not okay. And let's be real, the media isn't helping. Every time Britney posts something odd, it gets turned into a headline. Every rumor about her house, her pets, her relationships, it all gets blasted online and turned into content. And that just makes everything worse, because now she's not only struggling privately, she's also being mocked publicly. It feels like a cycle we've seen before with Britney. The media exploiting her struggles while fans argue about what's really going on. And meanwhile, Britney herself is stuck in the middle with nobody truly protecting her. At the end of the day, Britney Spears is clearly in a vulnerable state, and it feels like nobody is stepping up in the right way. Her family has been accused of exploiting her. Her friends either can't or won't push her toward help. The fans are divided, and Britney herself doesn't seem ready to admit she needs anything. It's just this endless loop of chaos, and the scary part is, we all know how this story could end if things don't change. We've seen what happens when stars spiral without support. And for someone like Britney, who has already been through so much, the thought of her being left to just sink is honestly terrifying. This is bigger than celebrity gossip. This is someone's life, and it's spiraling in real time while millions of people watch. And if something doesn't shift soon, we could be looking at one of the saddest endings in pop culture history. I don't even want to think about that, but it's hard not to when everything feels this messy. Honestly, Britney needs help right now, and the fact that she's not getting it is what makes this entire thing so disturbing.